years ago, I had the opportunity to visit Hetauda to attend 3 days conference where the conference was all about loving Jesus. And all the local churches were invited as the event were also to celebrate the opening of their new church hall. And everyone, including people who weren't Christians, were welcomed. So, what were we there for from Kathmandu? To know that, you have to watch rest of the video. यताको चाहिँ नाल्ने तर हेटौडाको 3 दिनको चाहिँ बनाऊँ कि भन्ने सोचिरहेको छु On October 12, while the nation was celebrating Dashain, one of the biggest festivals in the Hindu religion, we were out in the Bhaktapur shooting a wedding. Anish and me were scheduled to return to our church by 5 p.m. to meet up with the rest of the group. ल चर्च आइपुग्यो सो यहाँबाट चाहिँ हामी अब यो ग्रुपहरु हेटौडा लाग्न लागेको ओ माय गॉड मेरो फेस चाहिँ किन यस्तो डरलाग्दो भयो वी आर 9 people living I think 8 people living from Gathering Church to Hetauda living right now who were also traveling with us to Hetauda that day. In total there were 8 of us heading out with 3 scooters and 1 bike. It was around 5:45 p.m. when we left from Nakhipur Lalitpur. Since we were traveling in a group, safety was a priority and it was important to keep track of each other's position. So we decided to have the bike lead followed by 2 scooters, and me and Anish stayed at the back, ensuring everyone was safe and sticking with the group. Anish and I were riding at the rear, with Anish handling the ride all the way to Hetauda since I was exhausted from holding the gimbal and shooting at the wedding all day. We took the Kulekhani Dam side road to head to Hetauda, and riding at the rear came with a price. Nearly 1/3 of the road up to dam was covered in dust due to the ongoing construction work of the road. As a result, Anish and I ended up riding through all the dust kicked up by the vehicles in front of us.
Of riding, look at the dust.
We crossed the dam area around 8 p.m. and from there the road was perfectly paved. We made a stop at Deurali where one of our brothers from church family lived, and they had a small restaurant for passing travelers. The location was at the top of a hill and it was freezing with an icy wind blowing right through the area. After staying there for some fish, tea and noodles, we headed out to our destination, Hetauda.
How about you?
हामी चाहिँ अहिले देउराली आइपुगेको छौँ अनि एन्ड देन देउरालीमा सानो थोरै स्न्याक्स एन्ड एभ्रिथिङ खायौँ. But this place is so cold, man. The wind is so cold, it's so windy.
एन्काउन्टर भ्लगमा देखिरह्यो भने कसरी गर्दो रहेछ अनि सेक्रेटमा एक्लै गएर बोल्दै रहेछ.
What's up, Manjil sir?
So guys, अनि हामी चाहिँ
It's so cold here. अब निस्किनुपर्छ यहाँबाट अनि यहाँदेखि हेटौडाको बाटो चाहिँ अलमोस्ट लाइक 1.5 hours जति 32 किलोमिटर्स हो. So guys, हेटौडा हामी हाम्रो डेस्टिनेसनमा आइपुग्यो. We reached here at almost 10 p.m. and after dinner and some fresh up, we slept right away since we were tired of the journey.
ओपनिङ हुन आँटेको चर्च पनि छ. त्यही चर्चमै हाम्रो 3 दिन
पहिले थियो तर नयाँ बिल्डिङको
नयाँ बिल्डिङ चाहिँ नयाँ डेडिकेसन
चर्च त पुरानो हो.
चर्च पुरानो.
त्यसको अकुपेन्सी 2000
1000 कम्फर्टेबली हुन्छ. फिट हुन्छ.
थ्रु रहेछ.
भोलि हेर.
भोलि
हेर्नु थाहा हुन्छ.
वान अफ द बिगेस्ट नै हो. त्यो एटौडाको त्यो माथि फाले साउन्ड ट्रिटमेन्टहरु.
साउन्ड ट्रिटमेन्ट त खतरा.
अमेरिकाबाट टेक्निसियन आएर साउन्ड ट्रिटमेन्ट.
त्यो त उतैबाट आएको मान्छे. कामदार उतैबाट म आएको. You cannot leave me. Is this your leg or is this your leg?
Next day, we wake up early, had breakfast and headed out to the church, and The moment I entered the hall, my initial reaction was wow, because it was so big and it was my first time seeing such huge church where almost 1500 plus people could attend at once. Morning everyone, as I say, day 1 हामी हेटौडाको अनि early 7 o'clock हामी उठेर breakfast, we did some breakfast and हामी यो चर्चमा आएको छौँ कि I am so surprised and so amazed. It's so huge, I'm so surprised. And you thought was soundproofing and everything is just incredible. It's going to be a great day. As we reached there, we introduced ourselves to everyone, especially with the choir team of the church. I am in the worship team, but my role is different. For me, it's to capture moments of worship, so I was down on chair observing everything from down below. It's a Canon 700D right, and there Canon camera it's going to be very difficult. On day 1, the event was scheduled to start at 1 p.m. and that day a lot of people attended the church. After all was over, we headed out to see the area. पुलिस थाना नै डिस्ट्रिक्ट गरिदिन्छ नि हैन त्यतिखेर चाय बेच्ने भाइ उनी हो बुझ्यो नि गाइस सोशल रेस्पेक्ट भैया भैया वो चाय भी दे दो मेरो को छुट्टा पनि दे दो पनि हाल्दिनु के Morning everyone, this is day 2 and we all are ready and we are heading out back to the church for morning devotion. So morning devotion भनेको certain worshipper and prayer हुन्छ त्यहाँ चाहिँ. So yeah, I'd say it all starts from 7 a.m. Day 2 also began with early morning wake up. We reached to church, had some breakfast and started the session from 9. Day 2 had more sessions than day 1. They had 6 pastors giving the sermon to people and in between all the sermons there was some talent show. As day 2 also came to an end, we again headed out in search of some food. For me, I'll be honest with you all, I really loved that place and honestly, 3 days felt like it passed away so quickly. I don't know the reason, but it was such a blessed time to be there in presence of Lord where all of the people gathered there was to praise and glorify His name, and the name is Jesus Christ. Later, I got to know the story behind the choir team and their backstory. For a short time, I felt sad to know their story, but also I had this urge of joy inside that the Lord is with them and He is the one looking after them. So, the devotion and love that they have shown during the worship time was something to learn from. All I can do right now is pray for their beautiful soul. On day 3, we were planning to return back home since the seminar was scheduled till 1 p.m. So after having lunch, we all prepared to head back and took some pictures with the choir team and they all prayed for our safety on the way. And we all said our byes and hope to see you again. Returning back, I had mixed feelings. I was not happy or sad either. But there I saw the level of faith which was so pure and genuinely from their heart. I saw the hunger to know Jesus more. While most of the world does not want to know about Jesus, there were people who thirst and hunger for Him. And yes, I had a moment too. Second day after everything was finished, we were practicing for the next day at around 6 p.m. and we started our devotion where I was all alone on one side and praying. And after I prayed for everyone, church, the choir team, people who were there, and everybody, I didn't have much to pray. That's when Lord spoke to me, as He knew I was struggling with all the things that I was going through at the moment. And He said to me, do this for me. Do it all for my ministry. Use these resources for my ministry. And at that moment my mind was silent and a peace felt on my chest as I was struggling to understand why am I working so hard for, to what end I am doing this for, and why am I only thinking about prosperous life? Then Lord answered me, work hard so you can help in ministry.
So when you know Jesus, oh, it's like flipping on the light switch when you're walking into this room. It's so undeniable. You gotta tell me that the way, anytime, anywhere, any place. It's written all over your face. The way you love Jesus, and it always speaks to me. Little joy when I touch your feet. It's so inspiring, the way you show Jesus. So give me that, and show me that. Oh, give me that, the way you show Jesus. Oh, it's like flipping on the light switch when you're walking into this room. You're so unmistakable, and show up any time of day. You can never get here too soon.
एउटा गीत गाइदिनुहोस् न त जुन नै भयो नि हुन्छ
आँखैमा राख्छु मेरो यसु टाइममा राख्छु यसु हरेलीमा सजाउँछु मेरो यसु बाई बाई सक्यो ए सक्यो
सक्यो